Okay, I think I'm live, but I am live. Okay, guys. Hey, it's me, Krista Marie, Reality with Krista Marie, and this is Whose Side Are You On? Salt Lake. I know, I realize I haven't done it. Oh, sorry, guys. Bear with me. Here. Bear with me. I haven't done Whose Side Are You On in a while. I don't know why, but I feel like this is a good one. So we're doing Heather and everybody else, and you guys probably give me some insight. Yeah, you think I would figure this out. Give me some insight because I'm a little confused with the Heather situation. Like, I don't know what to think about it. What else? Oh, and then I put Dana and Jen Shah, but I meant to put Angie. I got them both confused. The one she poured butter on. And I think that's Angie K. So, with all that being said, I know I should have gotten this all straightened out before I got on live. Don't mind me. Sorry. Yeah, I know that tree in the back is pretty bright as well. I didn't realize that the light was going to be like that. Okay. All right. Anyway, so hopefully you guys will join me. I put all the links up. I did do Saturday on. It was 50-50, actually. It was 50-50 with Heather and 50-50 with Jen Shah, which is shocking. So, all right, let me get situated. All right, I keep saying that, but yeah. So I hope you guys join me. After that, I'm going to do breaking Bravo news, breaking the fourth wall, Bravo news, thanks to Reality Blurb. So hopefully you guys will join me right after that. And yeah, so click all the stuff, like, subscribe, comment. If you're doing replay stuff, which I'm getting a lot of replay crew stuff, like, if you guys can't make it now, you're replaying afterwards, which I think is awesome. And I realized that I need to move the camera over. Sorry. There. It's a mess. Now does it look like I'm looking at you guys? Okay, good. Or kind of looking your way, Mess my hair a little bit. Okay. So yeah, I haven't done Whose Side You On in a while, but click the like, the subscribe, comment, and my subscribers have been going up. Like, I'm nowhere near even close to what other people have, but a lot of you guys I didn't realize my link wasn't clickable on the other socials, but ever since I fixed that, yeah, my subscriber count's going up every day, so hopefully it gets there. Hopefully I'll break 1,000. That sounds really cheesy and pathetic, but hopefully by the end of the year, well, if it keeps going up the way it does, appreciate whoever it is. And also, if you guys are private, right? I don't know if anybody else knows this, but if you are private, like, you know how like you go private on like Facebook and stuff. If your YouTube is private, I don't see you as a subscriber. Just letting anybody know that that's subscribed. So I apologize if I don't send you guys a message thanking you. I'm thanking everybody now for I think I got like 300 new subscribers in the last 2 or 3 weeks or whatever. So like, I honestly appreciate you guys. I'm sorry that I'm not messaging anybody because I literally, a lot of them I can't see, but I love all you guys. Thank you. I realize that you guys are coming over because I am live right now on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter. Also, after this, I go to TikTok and Reddit and post there. And I believe that's where a lot of you guys are coming from. And I used to say, thanks for all the views, but I don't know why you guys aren't subscribing. And now I know why, because I had something that wasn't clickable. But this, you're going to have to go out of the room if you're going to act like that. All right, Judge Cat has a lot to say. Come here. The racket. Let's go. Judge Cat's got a lot to say. You do. Come here. Show everybody how pretty you are. All right, this is Sterling Marie. So yeah, you obviously hear her issue. But anyway, so all right, Whose Side Are You On? What I'm going to do, because I'm a horrible recapper, because I don't have a memory. My memory sucks. My short-term memory sucks. I love doing the after show. I actually said this before, that Whose Side Are You On is an actual podcast. Well, that was the plan to begin with. And because I haven't been saying that or calling these episodes 1, 2, 3, blah, 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 I haven't been uploading them on the sites, all the like podcast sites, which I'm on there, but it says coming soon, new episodes coming soon. So we're going to call this episode 1, even though I've done a year of these. This is the first official Whose Side Are You On episode that's going to be on Spotify, iTunes, all them, anywhere you get a podcast. Obviously they're not paying me, so I don't have to abide by anybody's rules. Kitty cat, you're gonna have to get off here. Sorry. See what she does? Sorry. She just knocked everything over. Sorry. That actually looks better. Huh. Okay. Anyway, so what was I saying? I do not get paid. That was my thing. So I don't have to abide by any of the rules. Although I have to be professional. I have to try to be professional. Try not to curse. If I do, I apologize. I'm sorry, YouTube. You've already screwed me. I'm already screwed with YouTube. They'll never monetize me. Yeah. So we're gonna close episode 1 of Who Started You On. Real quick, Who Started You On is the biggest housewife feuds that we talk about all week anyway. That were on the latest episode. So this is episode 9, the yacht episode, and we are doing Heather, everybody else, and I also said Shah. I already said about it. So what we're doing is my side, and then hopefully I'll have either a guest host with me like I did before, or I go by the polls that I posted on social media. It's another thing. Check the socials because Reality with Kristen Marie, that's why I'm on all of them. I post polls on them to ask you guys whose side you're on, because I'm not going to just assume that you're going to agree with me, because obviously I'm always the underdog. Not the underdog. I'm always the, you know what I mean. I'm always team whoever I, for some reason, see. You stop it. Come here. Anyway, so yes, my side, your side. If we're on the same side, great. If not, no problem. And I also was going to do the third side, which is always, there's 3 sides to every story. We would call that production side. Anybody has any insight on production and what we think? Because if we look at it from production, I'm going to have to get her out of here. If we look at it by production, we can analyze. You're going to have to stay there and not knock my stuff over. Hold on, guys. I'm really, really sorry about this. She can't be near my wires, and she's going to freaking piss me off. So you're going to have to stay here. Okay. See what she does? Stay right here. Okay. And production, okay? Because we know that a lot of this stuff sometimes is done for production, or it's either set up by production, or it is obviously for the housewife show. I seem to forget some of that sometimes. And, I think because, why do I forget that? And why do I always, try to tell these people they should be fired? Hey, Shay. Oh, hey, Shay, you're the only one here. I love you, love you, love you. What was I saying? I guess, yeah, we always agree with each other. But, production, I have to take a step back and realize that some of this stuff is probably done for production. It's done to keep the show, to keep the storyline. For example, me being Team Gorga all the time, I have to remember that without their fights and without their stuff, what the hell would we be watching this damn thing for? And I'm not saying that Teresa and Joe need to have a fight to keep for storylines, but Christ, as much as I can't stand also Rena and Erica, I had to actually really and admit that also with Jen Shah that they're the whole reason we were watching. 1.5 million viewers can't be doing it because they love Erica, because we know that's not the case. But anyway, Shay, I see you. So, Shay, you want to tell me whose side you're on before I get started? I'm going to do Heather. I know I'm going to do Jen Shah and Angie first. But I'm going to play, that's what I was going to say. I'm playing the after show for Bravo. It's 11 minutes long, and we can get into it from there. Like I said, the recap, it's too much for me to do. It's just way too much. So, this is who's starting on. So now we have Heather Gay, and it's, also later I want to talk about Watch What Happens Live. We got to talk about it. Heather was on there with Mo. And he fumbled over everything. And you're right, it does. I feel like it gets really toxic. And that's what the thing was. What I was about to say was, I feel like because we weren't used to, we think about it with Teresa, we were shell shocked. We're like, oh my God, somebody's going to prison. Oh my God, we don't know people that go to jail. We don't know people, well, I do, but never met anybody that went to prison before, you know what I mean? So we were all clutching our pearls. Not me, obviously, not Jersey. You all were clutching your pearls, you know what I mean? But, that was our first. You never forget your first, right? So, she kind of broke the, she broke that for us. And then we get the actual real criminals. Not she wasn't a real criminal, but, that actually, rob old people and blind people and, hurt people and, the people that you, I robbed the government. Who gives a fuck, right? Sorry, government. I did. It's not a secret. They robbed, innocent people. So, again, with all that being said, I'm not sticking up for Shah. You guys should absolutely know by now how I felt about her. And I did step back and take a second look at it and realize that as criminalistic as she is, she actually made the show pretty funny. Not that it was funny what she did, but we all have to remember that she's going to be gone soon. We're not going to have to worry about her for 15 years. Everybody that thinks that she should get a book deal and all this stuff when she comes out, guys, listen, 11 to 15, are we going to even have a Bravo then? Is Bravo even going to be a thing? Are we going to have the real, you know what I mean? Who knows where we're going to be in all them years? Why don't we even talk about what we're doing with Jen Shah when she gets out of prison? The girl hasn't even left yet. She's looking at 11 to 15, guys. So let's not count on some book deals. And Teresa got it, so why shouldn't she? It's a complaint. Again, let's not compare Shah and Erica. Let's not compare any of these cases. They're all completely different. The only thing the same about them is they were white collar crimes. But they were against some, unfortunately, the last two were against people that couldn't couldn't defend themselves. Here we go. So, again, I'm going to keep repeating myself. All that being said, whose side am I on with the Jen Shah and the Angie shit? Well, shut up, lady. Sorry. Let's play this and let's listen. This is Angie. This is the after show.
So hurt. Are you serious? I am serious. I was devastated.
We were all dead silent.
I was humiliated. I felt like falling.
I thought it was so demeaning.
You guys know I can't stand this parlor. So it's really hard for me to...
Personally, over the summer, I'm partying in Saint-Tropez. Everyone's pouring bottles all over everybody. I thought it was fun and fabulous.
Wow.
I was in shock that she would do something like that to me.
Honey, this is a girl's trip. That's the funnest thing that's happened
Okay.
in the last 40 minutes of this god-awful tour. This is room number
Before we go any further, I am not on Heather Gay's side. I have put Heather and everybody else. That is part of the reason why is she doubling down on what Jen Shah does. And with that, I'm not on Jen Shah's side. And I'm on Angie's side only because I feel like she's being bullied. It was disrespectful to pour. I'm sure you left me. It was disrespectful for her to pour that on her. And with all the other, there's a lot of other reasons. I feel like what everybody was saying on here, well, you'll hear what they're saying. I think it was disrespectful. I think it was ignorant. I think the fact that Angie offered her home, and listen, I get it. She wanted to be on the show. She was being interviewed for the show, or she was being filmed for the show, and she wanted to be on. So yeah, offer your friend. Jen Shah's calling her her best friend. Again, I'm sorry. I didn't know that Jen even had best friends. I don't wear, whatever. I don't know how that started, but okay, that's your best friend. Yeah, you offer your home, and obviously if you want to be on the show, that's great. You get a film, you're filmed, and it's Shah's birthday, so of course she's going to end up on the show. It's Shah's birthday. Just like a certain party had a party at her house in the Real Housewives of New Jersey when she was trying to get cast, and we all know because she's a fiend, but she didn't. But that's all I'm going to say about that. So yeah, that's a smart thing to do, is to have a party at your house. Nice of her. Paying for it on the other, that is a completely different story. And I just found out that the cast doesn't even pay for their trips. That they're supposed to be, this is Jen's trip, and or Jen's party, and this is Heather's trip, and this is this one's trip, and that one's trip, and this is Mia's trip. Me ain't even paying for shit. Okay? How are you going to get mad at somebody that found a 9-bedroom house? Sorry, it wasn't, well, that's a different show. But anyway, again, paying for it, I didn't have time to add up everything that Angie paid for, but Jen paid nothing. Now, let's keep playing this and we'll get into that.
Hold on, she wasn't on
Hey.
Yes, exactly.
Excuse me.
He had a gallon.
Sterling Marie, come here. Either get out or come here. Isn't she? Oh, come here. We're running out of time. Come here. Okay, she's not listening.
Hey, we did it.
I know, I'm sorry.
So, nobody's going to cry for you, Argentina.
Oh, off topic. I know. I'm always off topic as well. But thank you. That's not my tree. That's just for here.
Probably had an STI. You know what I mean? STD and a UTI. Both.
Again,
It's called
too.
an STI.
I need you guys to go to the after show on Bravo and look at Heather and Whitney's faces. They're freaking creeping me out because it's the same filming that they do every week for the after show, so it's the same look. You know how the confessionals kind of, hello, I was looking for you, Karma. Here I go, shining butterflies. I was looking for you because of the Barlow stuff. Yes, I'm on Angie. Oh, I just like Angie H's side. Listen to you.
Just made that up.
Because I don't like Lisa doubling down. Wait, no, it's not Lisa. I'm lying. Oh my God, I'm lying. I was actually on Lisa's side because she was actually, like, she's actually right about Shah. What are you doing with this cat? This is it. You're done. Come on. I'm sorry, kitty. You're going to have to go out. You're the family. Oh my God. See, now you guys are going to see my dirty craft room. Stay right here. Okay. Yeah. I was shocked because I can't stand Lisa. And I'm like, I got to find Karma, which I can't find you on the socials. You're going to have to find me. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to say that I actually was happy to hear. Listen, she'd actually.
Initiation to the guy is also a term.
I think so too, sexually transmitted infection.
Oh. I'm so horrible trying to butterfly single. I need you to look at Heather and Whitney's faces. They're creepy looking. They look the same. Now, you know these two women are completely have different facial structures, right? Look at it. Just look.
You would know.
Out of New York. She's gorgeous. Out of New York. I mean,
Go Bravo.
You're probably going to give you a lot of density ads and other things.
I
You're
thought
true.
I was back
True,
in
Carmen.
high school, and I remained calm in that moment because
Where you
I
going?
didn't
Come
want to ruin the trip for everyone else.
Oh my gosh, they're supposed to be fun. Soaked my hair and I blew it out to go out to.
I'd be pissed too.
Obviously it upset
You know how long it
her.
takes this to
Upset
happen?
her.
This?
It was like, do I get
It's
it?
a long
If
ass
you were
fucking
like
time.
at a black tie event about to walk the red carpet, and yes, I do. But we were in the house and it literally did not move because it was
That is so
small.
ignorant. Like, listen, I always like Meredith, right? I'm always Team Meredith. I think she's the most logical of all of them. But why are you acting like this is okay? Like, it says, Whitney Rose reveals that Angie Harrington asked all the ladies for an invite. Like, that's a shame. Like, why did they exclude her? Whitney, the confessionals, the same Jen. I know, Whitney's a little freaking snake, right?
At brunch with Heather and Dana, you hear about the trip they're
Here's
getting ready
Harrington.
You guys tell me about this trip that I'm clearly not in the know of. It's like a girls trip.
So
It
rude.
made me feel bad. Like it
I
was just
feel like
like it's like that 7th grade self where you're like, I didn't get
You called
invited.
it Carmen.
All the cool girls are going on this trip and I'm not going. But at
Right.
the same time, I don't want to go somewhere I'm not wanted. Like how awkward is that?
Well, I knew she was
Well,
going to go.
nah, Dana
she,
Banana
I know
wasn't.
that she really wanted to.
She called all of us because trying to get us to invite her on the trip so she could
Snakes.
come that way. That was an awkward position to be put in. I could either
Yeah, because
bring
you're
her
supposed to be her
as my
friend.
guest or not. And I chose not to because I was
Because why?
starting to see the truth. Like, she's willing to lie and to cover up her ass. Angie told us that John, Marlo, and Lisa have those tickets because Lisa sleeps with. That's how I heard it.
Did you ever say that to me at the jazz game?
Never. I'm choosing to be friends with Lisa, and in that moment, I chose to have Jen's back because
You're the one that told everybody who
she's
she was
shown me
fucking.
now at this point enough times that I can have fun with her, and she can be my distant friend, and we can have a good time.
Wow, me
I'm
too.
not close enough. I don't trust her. You're telling me that Chris, a grown-ass man, created a Finsta account. I feel really icky and silly right now.
I feel icky and silly over your.
I know that
Sorry.
Heather also
We're
had
getting
an
there.
opportunity to invite Angie Harrington, but she didn't want to.
Okay.
Hell no.
Okay. Why is everybody ew? Oh, this is ooh, Angie H. Ooh, Angie H. Why was Angie excluded? And other ladies that I couldn't even remember who they were, no offense, were there, right? Like I get that, like, who cares? They didn't really want Heather there either, right? I keep saying that I'm not Team Heather, but Heather still went, and Heather, like, really sitting there and admitting. I felt bad for Heather when they were going after her about her dad and all that crap. Same thing they did to Meredith. But I'm sorry, her and Meredith know how it feels. Exactly, Karma. Exactly. And because they're logical. And this poor Dana Banana that I keep getting confused with Angie K, because they both fight with Jen Shah. Angie calls it, Jen, you can't keep a friend. When did she become freaking Jen's best friend? All right, here we go. There's more. There's more.
Because I'm not stupid.
Yes, you are.
I'm nobody's fool.
Sorry.
And like, I wouldn't do that to Angie and I wouldn't do that to Jen. Hey, I'm going on a charged, really volatile trip with crazy people. Do you want to come? Everyone hates you. Angie,
Why do they hate her?
you're a liar. You need to take some accountability. Why? Because that's your husband. I mean, what?
Okay. And again, I'm going to sound like Jersey. Are we really in control of what our husbands do? Do I agree with what Chris did? No. I mean, it was kind of poor taste. Would I have done something just like it? Absolutely. But I would have told everybody it was me. I mean, maybe, all right, maybe not. Maybe at first, let me think about this. I'll put it this way. My husband wouldn't do it, but I would, you know. Sometimes you just need to clear some things up. And, you know, when people don't listen to you, maybe they'll just listen to, like, Shah exposed, you know. You never know. Everybody's probably waiting for Shah to be exposed. It's like, guys, you know, like, Shah exposes herself, so we didn't need a Shah exposed account. You know, her whole team exposed her. No offense. And I've even said that I like Jen Shah. Like is a strong word. I tolerate her. I feel like, you know, the whole her taking accountability, I get it now. She went to that mock trial, and I believe that she realized that she knows she's guilty. Katie, you're gonna have to stay right here with me. She knew she was guilty. Yeah, hey, you took accountability, but listen, it's a little late. You did it, but it's a little late. But hey, she looked like she was having a good time. She had a real good time on Adam's channel when Adam interviewed her for the second time. She's in a real good mood for somebody who's being sentenced. Now, I didn't think. Sorry, guys, I have to not kill my cat. But where are you going? Where are you going? Okay, sorry. I was like, you know, a month before I got sentenced, knowing I was going away, or a strong possibility of how long. Yeah, I wasn't smiling, nor was I spending my last year with a bunch of people that I fight with, and I'm calling all two-faced. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to spend my last Christmas with you. Like, again, her getting postponements because it's December, and listen, I understand she has kids, but she had a last Christmas. She had a whole year before, no offense, Shah, a whole year before to have your lasts with everybody, okay? Again, the money that she's making on the show, they need it. I get it. She's got to be here. But the show's done filming. You're getting paid regardless. I don't want you on the reunion. We don't really want you on the reunion. You got fired. You weren't a Bravo card. You were excluded. It wasn't for your safety. You know, Bravo cares about your safety. They don't care that much. If they wanted you there, you'd be there. Your lawyer said it wasn't safe. I get it. You're in New York. But listen, you're not the first person that committed a white-collar crime in New York. There's 98% conviction rate. It wasn't for safety. I do like Jennifer. Yes, exactly. For comedy, exactly. You know, but we have to remember what she did, you know. And when you plead guilty when you're on the job, you get arrested anywhere else on the job, honey, it doesn't matter. Listen. Come here. I don't know if you guys can hear that banging. Something, gunshot. Come here. I'm gonna let her out. Sorry, guys. Come on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry. Goodbye to Dad. Sorry, guys. Yeah. The fact that she went, I feel I'm hoping that it was the mock trial that actually put it in her head that she didn't rat on anybody, because at first I thought, oh, holy crap, she thinks prison's going to keep her safe. That's the only reason she would plead guilty at the last minute. And I said this for a long time, that there's no way you're going to walk into a courtroom. You don't know how scary that is, hon. You don't understand that it was hard enough for me to sit in front of a bunch of detectives, you know, not knowing what they had on us, which I knew we were caught, but to sit there and deny it to them, but to go in front of the judge, the jury, everybody else, everybody that's pleading against you, and say, you're all liars. I'm the only one telling the truth, not the great state, the Southern District of New York. You're all liars. You're all wrong. You got it wrong, guys. And listen, they don't get it wrong. 2% is only mistrials, and it's mistrials that weren't retried. And we all know that in this country, it doesn't really matter what you know. It's what you can prove in court. If you cannot prove it in court, O.J. Simpson, you're screwed. I believe that he was proven in court to be a murderer, and I'm not going to say alleged. And I also think that Casey Anthony was proven to be a murderer. So again, it really doesn't matter. It's what you can prove in court. And yes, the baby was crying, and she needs to get fixed. I didn't realize that this goes on week after week after week when they were this little. Again, she's not little, she's 6 months, but yeah. So, okay, so let's listen to the rest of this. Hey, Gab.
No.
I know Heather was in a tough spot
So we talk about
because
Heather.
she felt the pressure to just invite me.
Oh,
She was so
hold on.
conflicted.
I see something. I see something.
Angie, if I take
Karma, you're on a panel tomorrow. Let me know. Fill me in. Whose panel is it? Whose panel? Do you need backup? Do you need backup? Oh, happy birthday. Oh, I'm saying happy birthday. Hello. What did you do? Hi, Gab. Let me read what you just said to me. Did you say, am I going after my birthday? How are you? Sorry, I can't see it. Oh, I think you wished me happy birthday yesterday. I think you did. Oh, okay, Reality Diamond. You're gonna be Team Lisa? Do you need me? I mean, not Team Lisa. I'm sorry, the other way around. You know what I meant. If you need me, let me know. Because we still have to go up and do that. We have to talk about this. We have to talk about Lisa. Okay. Now, I already told you, I feel like this whole thing with poor Angie K is just, thank you, is just Jen being a bully. I do not think that Heather is mad, or Whitney will say this, Heather is mad because she's friends with whatever this dumb bitch says. Yes, Whitney, you're a dumb bitch, sorry.
you're going to walk into a pit of vipers.
I'm going to get dragged for that one.
But like at the same time, you always want to be included. I'm kind of the type that's like,
At least she's
don't
honest.
hurt people, don't make them feel bad.
Right.
We have more in common than we don't. So it would have resolved itself. So I went to the Masters with my husband, and it was amazing. Sometimes it's nice to just be away with your husband.
Well, you know what's going to happen? Their bitches are going to be gone, and Angie's K is going to get hired. I think the three ladies are all going to be, maybe not Dana.
Heather, at brunch with Angie H and Dana, Dana brings up her feelings about Jen.
Jen is very aggressive.
This is what I can't say.
Loud. I don't know if you guys just don't see it, don't recognize it, kind of just put up with
They
it.
forget they don't say it.
No, I mean, it's hard to take everything Dana's saying.
Let me say goodbye, Gab. Good night, Gab. Thank you for coming. Thank you. I just realized that you said good night. And yes, I even acknowledge the fact that I think you didn't even wait. I think you even did. You just said happy birthday to me yesterday. And I think it was like 3 a.m. where you are. But good night. And yes.
Because Dana doesn't really know that I'm anxious
She always forgets,
enough
right?
to really speak in a way that's going to pierce my heart. But there is truth to what she's saying. I don't want to be blind to the nature and the dynamic of our relationship with Jen.
I keep considering my friendship with her when talking to everyone, but she does not consider my friendship
She doesn't.
just anyone she's dealing with. You know? It's just like she gets to just machine gun everybody.
And how do you feel about that?
I feel devastated.
I'm also engaging in it. So yeah, maybe I'm a better friend to Jen than she seems to be.
Exactly.
Like that's my choice.
But that's
and
not.
It's hard to kind of. It feels a little bit like I'm getting called out.
No,
I also don't.
You are
exactly
getting.
know what I'm supposed to say.
You are getting called out. I did stick up for you. You were lying. I'm sorry. You were. Unfortunately, I feel you admitted to it. But hey, you don't owe anybody. And at the end of the day, you don't owe anybody anything. But you are on a TV show, and if you want to keep your friendships, you have to kind of remember things the way they really happen. Or you just say it's none of your effing business and don't lie. Just say it's none of your business on the internet.
I was really understanding what Dana was saying because this is Dana's first experience with Jen. And in that moment, I'm watching Heather break down in tears.
Mm-hmm.
And Heather is the one I resonate with the most. So I'm like feeling sick for Heather because I think Heather's desperate for everyone to get along with Jen because Heather knows the ugly side. I think she's
scared of her.
She's sometimes afraid of that. But
She's scared of her.
I think there's something about Jen where she has this ability to be vulnerable.
What's it called when you sympathize with your captor? Whatever that is, that's what I think Heather does.
And say, look, I'm struggling. I have mental health issues.
That's
I
what
need
she
help.
claims it with
That
guys.
really allows people to give her a hall pass. Whereas, because I've had many people ask me, like, why do you guys all struggle with
Right.
Lisa but not Jen? It's like, no, we struggle with Jen, but Jen also has the ability to be vulnerable and say, I need you and I need a friend.
I disagree. She's a user.
And I could see that on Heather's face in that moment as her tears are rolling down her cheeks.
Because you.
And
Sorry, I'm trying not to talk about it.
I felt stuck between the two.
Obviously, I mean, I've been friends with Jen, and we've had a lot of ups and downs. And it
Friends.
tends to be kind of a hamster wheel of like we're great, and then you have to look over your shoulder. And I recognize that, but I don't really want to be schooled on that by anybody.
It's very
Okay.
toxic.
I told you that's what it's
It's
like
like a roller
to be
coaster
friends
going
with
up and
Jen.
down.
I told Dana that when you were talking to me about Jen.
Okay, before Whitney starts talking, I don't take anything Whitney says serious. She's a nitwit, a dumbass. No offense. I know. Go ahead, drag me because I'm not supporting women. That's not the case. I support her business because I buy her shit. I don't support her being so stupid and, oh, Meredith, why were she in the sprinter again? I just can't get that out of my head. And, oh, God, like, God, nitwit.
Sees us like that's what it's like to be
Yeah.
friends. You
Yeah,
choose
no.
if you want it or not.
It's hard to see when you're in the moment. And
Her
your friends
face-
and you're on the other side of it.
Whitney and Heather's face. I'm sorry. I don't know if they did the same. They went and they did their Botox and their fillers together. Yeah.
As it's other people, but then when she does it,
I'm
she's
getting mine
like,
done this
wow.
week, and if it looks like
I'm
it won't
coming
look like
in
that.
with, like a fresh pair of eyes.
Yeah.
I can see it. Pointing fingers, getting in people's faces. I don't like that.
We
and
all
I
saw
feel
it
like
through.
her reactions and her responses are not what normal women would do.
This is where I come in with production, because Down the Banana is forgetting about production value. We're forgetting that half of the reason that Shah acts like Shah Amazing and acts extra is because of the show. Also, though, with all that being said, you know, we're trying to. I actually liked Jen more when she acted more normal, not when she acted like, oh, it's everybody else's fault. Like, you know, she spent an entire. Is that falling? She spent an entire season blaming every problem she had on everybody else. You know, her freak out at Shah's birthday. You know, every time she does it, it's always everybody else. And then the whole thing when she got indicted, that was not her fault either. Right, exactly. And a person saying you need to choose sides. Oh, no. I am loyal to a fault to a friend. But you best believe when we are behind closed doors, I am telling you that you're wrong. And that comes with there's obviously stipulations with that. I'm not going to support you publicly if you murder people and shit like that. But you're going to know that, like, I don't think it's right. Or I just don't say anything. But behind closed doors, I tell you if you're wrong.
Knows that I'm friends with Jen. I feel it's like uncomfortable just to speak about her in this way at all.
Jesus. You should see Meredith's face right there. Lisa Barlow thinks Meredith Marks was a
There were
kid.
some very important job assignments for your trip to San Diego.
Exactly.
Honestly,
See,
I was a
Karma?
little shocked
We are on the same page
CEO
all the time.
was.
I am the official CEO.
Now we have Lisa Barlow, who's in her 80s homeless chic look. That's what I'm calling it. 80s homeless chic. It's not cute.
Fun on this.
Like, straight with the Slurpee thing from 7-Eleven. And no offense, because this used to be me too. You might as well just pack it up. Literally, all she needs is a pack of Maverick menthols and like a Suboxone wrapper, and then she's complete Jersey chic. The homeless chic. Sorry, guys.
Do you think she was successful in her job?
No, I failed.
Did you fail?
There were some fun times on that trip.
Suck her titty.
Not a lot. It was a lot of long dinners of arguments. That's true.
You're coming at me today? I don't deserve that.
Shut
Jen
up.
should have self-appointed herself. Or
Self-appointed
me,
herself.
or Angie, or Whitney.
Karma, you know what I feel like. When she speaks, sometimes I don't understand. It's like she's a walking hypocrite. She's like a walking quote thing, like a thoughtful quote. Like, I don't know. She takes quotes, she puts a spin on them, and acts like they're hers.
And maybe even Heather, but Heather likes early nights. Like most of the time, Heather wants to be locked in her room by 10 o'clock.
Me too.
What were the rules? I remember there being weird rules.
Number 1, have fun. Number 2, have fun. Number 3, don't be a bitch unless you're a fun bitch.
Okay, what's a fun bitch? Because you can use bitch in a lot of different ways. Like you could be like
You could also
total
use garbage
bitch, what
word.
do you mean? Or you could be like yeah bitch. So it must have been that kind of bitch. It must have been the yeah bitch.
Are you an idiot?
All were the CEO.
She's an idiot. I'm sorry, guys.
Your rules were fine.
Normal recipe is somewhere warm, somewhere by a beach.
Great activities, great dinners.
Your mouth is just going like this. There's a whole lot of bullshit coming out.
You know who Angie K looks like? And I love you, Rachel Fuda. The new one of the New Jersey girls, Rachel Fuda. they look like they could be sisters. Rachel, you know I love you. They're beautiful. She's beautiful. I don't want to like. I'm definitely not saying that your looks are the same. But like, you guys look like you guys would be twins. Tanya, you'll see what I mean, guys. Sorry, just stupid thing. You'll see what I mean. Every time I see her, it's like I see Rachel's face.
Lots of cocktails, no curfews, no dressing up.
Say what you want to say.
Sitting on a
I like to look like me when I go out in public. Don't let it go.
Being an individual woman outside of being a mother, a wife, a business owner, this is our chance to just go and be us individuals. But in this group, we are not there yet.
Yeah.
Take away the alcohol.
Yep.
Take away the meat.
Why would you go on vacation with people that you have no fun with? Think about it. I understand it's a show. All right, we'll have to do production side in a minute.
Just take away the water. Like, we need a sprinter man.
I'm gonna drop the comment,
just
guys.
a indomitable spirit and optimism, especially with this group, and also the ability to not take
Carmen,
ourselves that seriously and to
I'm
kind of
asking you,
see
Carmen, if
the
you'd
big
like to call
picture
in.
and not get so
Since
caught
I
up
think
in,
you
like,
might be one of the only people
power
watching on
plays,
YouTube.
Are you serious, Jen? I'm serious.
Let's just let loose and like.
I don't know where everybody's at. I know
And I'm just
it's
hoping that
like, am I that horrible?
visceral need will outweigh everyone's desire to just be bitches.
Someone close to
Well, then it won't be a TV.
Now he's an informant.
Spoiler alert.
Wait, what? Wait, I missed that. I missed it. No pressure, Karma. No pressure. I'm just saying.
So well.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Wait, back up. I missed that.
not take ourselves that seriously and to kind of see
Who's
the
in
big
the front?
picture and not get so caught up in like the petty power plays,
Are you serious, Jen? I'm serious.
I know. I'm gonna have to get my thing too, so that when you pop up, I have to set you up. Oh no, I can get you from here.
That
Never mind. I'm lying. Take your time.
visceral need will outweigh everyone's desire to just be bitches.
Someone
No.
close to me was working for Jen. Now he's an informant.
Oh, okay. We all knew that though.
Spoiler alert.
Someone was working close to me. That guy, probably, right?
Not going so well.
Oh,
Okay, that's over. Why did Heather have a black eye? Do we know why Heather has a black eye from next week? Because I don't think she talked about it on Watch What Happens Live. Did she? Oh my gosh. All right, well, Karma Collective is going to call in, and which is awesome and exciting because she's basically has a lot of insight. And also, I feel like she understands, she sees what I see. I always, the door slammed. That's it? The door slammed, that's it? Why did they make it stand, it's like, the door slammed in there. But did somebody slam the door into her, or did somebody push the door into her? Wasn't an assault, is what I'm asking. No. I didn't like the whole let's not lock our rooms. I'd like to know what that was about. If anybody understands why they weren't allowed, she said no locking our bedroom doors. I'm sorry. It's one thing to complain that, like, these trips that they don't have their own room and their own bathroom. These aren't hotels. They actually rent homes. I don't know any 9-bedroom homes. I know people that have like 12 bathrooms, but I actually, that wouldn't be very, okay. I was going to say, do we know any homes that have like 9 bedrooms and also 9 bathrooms? But we do. I'm sorry, we do. But we're not going to find people renting those homes. You know what I'm saying? You'd have to rent Jen Bill Aiden's house or something. Yeah, I guess it is possible to have that many. But to sit there and complain about it and leave and, whatever, like that is like I'm talking about the Potomac trip. Like, I'm over people bitching about the rooms and I want this room, I want that room, I need to have my own room, I need to have my own room, I need to have a bathroom, I need to have this, I need to have that. Maybe it's me, maybe it's because I'm from Jersey, the Jersey Shore. We literally sleep in bathtubs, and as we laughed about that, like when we were like doing the BravoCon weekend, and we're not BravoCon, but the tour. That like we were not picky about sleeping next to, sharing a room with each other if we had to. It didn't matter to me, It was, again, we were paying a lot of money for a condo in Soho, and I still didn't expect my own room, my own bathroom. I still didn't care about my own room or my own bathroom, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, so. Again, I am not on Shah's side with this one because I feel like, again, she is going through a lot, and hey, use that as an excuse, but don't don't treat me like shit after I did a lot for you, and I'm supposedly your best friend. Don't treat me like shit. And I'm gonna bring Karma up now. Hello, Karma, can you hear me? Maybe not yet.
I'm just moving.
There.
I'm just moving the notebook around because I've got to move it a distance away in case the echoes.
My cat. You see, my cat is doing Jesus. I know. Like, she's in heat, and I was like, we just got her, and I was like, gotta get her fixed still. But they're like, she's so young.
I was thinking she sounds like she's in heat.
She is. It goes away. Like, first week, I was like, that sounds so cute. I love it. But then it gets annoying. But then I was like, okay, when's we'll get her fixed. And they're like, oh, it just keeps coming back. I was like, oh, okay. They're like, but she's too young still. I'm like, oh my gosh, guys. Poor thing. All right, let me fix mine. So how are you?
I'm so sore. Still got problems with my knee being smashed and that, and trying to move around, and having to sort out weight and everything like that because I didn't know what happened with my knee. But I get help with coming out, like a physio, to help go around walking with us, like on the kind of like stroller thing, what's got brakes on, so I'm getting some sort of exercise.
Well, at least you're like getting up and moving. But I'm sorry, I'm not laughing. I'm just trying to picture. You said it has brakes on it, and like it has the foot brake thingy, right? That you
it's like a Zimmer frame, like a frame where you put like your weight on and you hold onto it with wheels on, and it's got two handles on each side to lock the brakes in case it strolls too fast and you fall.
Oh,
it's crazy. It's so embarrassing.
Oh,
the worst
I'm
part,
the one that would like fall on it though. I'm the one that would like forget about the brake and just go flying head and probably like bust my whole face open.
I know this is what I'm just like, and then it's getting to the point because over here it gets icy. Now the time it starts getting icy, so it's certain days the physio might not be able to come out to go like exercise, like for a walk with us. So I'm trapped in the house, and there's not a lot I can do, and I'm just like, this is like prison.
Honestly, I get it. I hate it. I hate it. By April, because it's winter time now. It's winter from like October to about April.
Yeah,
and it makes me nuts. I live in the worst place to have that kind of depression, like not depression, but like I can be inside for a little bit.
It sounds like you've got British weather because it's the same for us.
And listen, I look forward to the seasons when they change, but they last our winter and fall last way longer than spring and summer. We basically go from spring right to summer. We never even really have a spring. It gets really hot, and it gets really hot and then really cold.
Yeah,
we kind of like skip through spring and fall these last couple of years. But.
Oh, before we get into Salt Lake, did you see the drama? What was going on with Potomac?
Did I see the episode or have I seen YouTube?
Like both.
Well, I heard rumblings.
I follow a lady called Tate Talks.
Okay.
And she is Jacqueline's sister.
Jacqueline's. Oh.
And she was the one what babysat for Mia. She was Mia's nanny.
Yes.
And she did the dirty on Jacqueline, and Jacqueline's done nothing wrong. It's Mia stirring it. And poor Tita had to like resign from a job and everything because of the crap what she's went and done to Jacqueline, her sister, and her. And she was trying to badmouth Tita. Well, Tita's got her own YouTube channel. She's had it for years, and she puts the cam on and shows her looking after kids on the daily, like being a nanny. She's really good. And like this week I've been tapping in when she's been on chatting with her, and she's a lovely woman, just straight down to earth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think she's going on Make It Make Sense live to say what exactly is going on and what she knows, the information. So it looks like Mia is really in the gutter, and she really does need to make an apology towards Tita as well as Jacqueline. I've seen the mid-season cut, and Jacqueline in tears, being accused of all sorts, while you've got the green-eyed troll sitting there and Mia looking her up and down. I'm just like, you are evil.
I was questioning too, is how is it he was an owner of these companies, or he was partly, how did they push him out of his own thing. And if they did, that means they pushed him completely out of their company, right? Or his company.
But isn't it a family company with the brother?
I didn't know. I wasn't sure. But I thought
I'm
that.
sure he does the company with his brother. It's a family company.
But wasn't he part on the board? Like, isn't it? I know that they can push you out, but for them to do that kind of tells us something. You know what I mean?
Well, I know there was.
What aren't we seeing? And how did they get the backup to get a new business venture running with apparently a bad reputation of whatever happened, to push your brother and his family who has kids out of the company and say screw you guys? What did you do? Like, what happened? Business is business, but there's got to be something. And then they got backing to run to open up more businesses, which is, I don't know if they needed the backup as far as money, but I think you need the reputation. And
the thing is, I was there for Mia on the show.
I was too in the beginning.
But I mean, regardless of what she's done with the Wendy situation, that is like, you shouldn't be chucking jinx at anyone or hitting people with a purse. Yeah. And regardless, it's what she's done to the people, what's been around her since she's been grown up, like who've treated her like family, and she's traded them for fame, like chucked them under the bus with lies,
right,
just for a check.
And I agree with Mr. Make It Make Sense when he said, how do you feel about what she did to her mom? And I to myself thought, like, why are you you exposing your mom? Her mom, it looked like her mom was shocked to hear that she was this major. You know what I mean? I'm sure that there was issues, but I think I don't want to say this, but like she does a lot for the show. She gives us a little bit. Hey, Terry, she'll give us a little bit and then a bit, but not about herself. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And he was right about that.
The stories keep on changing all the time, but she never goes into much detail about herself. But she'll make her mother crawl across coals, and it's embarrassing. I mean, this is a grown woman. The mother worked all of her life. She was working when her father was cheating behind her back in the house when she got scolded. And she ended up going the wrong side with drugs, but she got through the other side, which not a lot of people can do.
Right.
And she made it out good. And why the hell should she be persecuted for the rest of her life? And showing up on TV like that, it's degrading. It's like, Mia, you're going to end up putting your mother back in that situation because of the pressure in the core.
Like, I cry about this a lot because I feel guilty because I did this to my dad, and I then became the addict, and then I got it. And I for years, I cried about because I would tell him, you don't love us, or, like, I didn't understand. You picked drugs over us, you picked alcohol over us, blah, blah, blah. I do this, you picked this, you don't love us. And I put him through hell. And then I became the addict, you know what I mean? And then I got it, and I realized, oh my God, he didn't choose that, he didn't make choices consciously.
As soon as you start doing that, it's like going down a rabbit hole. Right. And when you get older, you will get bit with saying, you should have been there for us when I was growing up, blah, blah, blah. I didn't have the best perfect childhood growing up, but it comes to a point where you're an adult and you're just like, hello, I can't keep on blaming my parents. I'm an adult now.
Mm-hmm.
I can do better.
Yeah, like, you can't act like you don't understand. Maybe she had a, I don't know. Like you said, she didn't elaborate on her issue. She said she had a young overdose really young on opiates. That could mean a lot of things. We know that.
It's like Mia. She pushes all of her problems onto other people,
right,
but never takes accountability for her own behaviour. And that is a clear sign what she's went and done in this argument, and then the following episode after. And the way she's even looking at Jackie, and Jacqueline's having to talk for her to Karen. It's ridiculous.
And then romanticizing how they met. Romanticizing it. I mean, I don't care if you're a stripper. I don't know why she's trying. I don't care if you were a prostitute, okay?
I honestly
romanticize it when he's married.
I think she put out that she was a dancer and that because she knew fine well it would pop up. So she put it out straight away.
I don't care if they serve steak dinner. So does Delilah's Den, and I worked there, and that was a freaking cringy ass place when I was a stripper. And just because they serve steak dinner and red and lobster, that does not mean that's why I didn't go around saying, I'm just a waitress. They don't take her clothes off, and they serve steak dinner there. Like, come on. People aren't stupid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, And why are you embarrassed? It's something that you did in your life. And again, if you didn't take your clothes off and all that, why did you hide it in the beginning?
All I say is it's one thing to be arguing with random ladies on the TV show, but it's another thing to go after people who's helped raise you. Yeah, it's a no go.
Like Jacqueline's mom, right? Did she help her?
Like Jacqueline and her sisters,
Yeah.
Tita, like nannying for her kids.
And that's
Absolutely crazy.
That's
Hi,
why.
Terry.
Yeah, hi Terry. Sorry. And that's why I'm like watching with Salt Lake. I'm like, oh my god, they're all fighting for their job. Like they're either really two-faced and hypocrites, or they're completely fighting for their job and they're fighting for their jobs, or like.
Is it okay if I can say this one moment to Terry? Kate and William are absolutely brilliant people. Like, I'm not just saying it because I'm British. They are really good people and they help a lot of people out. They are not like the other two.
Really?
They are so fake and phony and selfish.
You see? Oh, see, I'm
Oh,
like,
I know. The moment she got that ring on the finger, you know, like the Little Mermaid, you know, Ursula, when she's a
Yeah.
woman singing into the mirror?
yeah.
That is Meghan Markle.
But wouldn't you be though?
No.
I mean, maybe not everybody wants to be a princess, or not everybody wants to be that.
Right. She took advantage of the
real?
situation. I think she's been watching too many Disney programs because she has in her head that you've got to be this kind of like snotty, badly behaved woman, and then when the tides turn, she accuses people of being racist.
So okay. Now I don't agree with that either. But what's your opinion? So they're not racist, right? I mean, obviously.
No. Look at the Commonwealth. How many countries around the world? If
Yeah,
they were racist,
a lot, and it's like,
if they were racist, would these countries want to be attached to them? No.
yeah. What do you think about that question? Like, I mean, there's a million ways you can ask that question. What color do you think that's a true statement? Like,
Yeah.
what color the child would be? Like, there's a lot of ways to ask that question that it wouldn't come off racist.
I've got a friend. She's black. She married a white guy, and they were even saying, and even the grandmother was saying, well, I wonder how she turned out, because they knew it was going to be a girl. They said, I wonder how she's going to turn out skin wise, if she's going to be darker or lighter, or because in some cases you just come out either full on black or full on white. It's just about genetics, and nothing was racist about it. Like, everyone does it. It's not racist to ask a question. It's racist to twist the question into something negative and use them. You know what I mean? It's just so silly.
Do you feel like they should have still had protection once they came here, or no?
No, because for the simple reason, when you quit the royal family, because we're the ones would have to pay for them, the English taxpayers. When they're not doing work for charities and for helping us, they should not be getting paid.
They should. Oh,
now
they would not.
She didn't want to work for the royal family anymore, and neither did Harry. So they don't get paid. Why should we be paying for people like that when they've got millions and millions?
I mean, I guess I look at it from like a family perspective. You know what I
mean? Because the royal family, it's based on. They get their money from the UK citizens, taxpayers.
Where do they get their money from? How are they so rich?
It's like comes from the taxpayers. They fund the royal family. Obviously, they've got money themselves, but they fund the royal family. In turn, the royal family does a lot of charity work, helping Britain and the Commonwealth. So they constantly always working for that money. Now, why would we want to give Prince Harry a free ride and give our taxpayers money, which we need to help support us for electric disabilities, homeless people, people out of work, when they're sitting in a mansion with millions? Why would we want to fund that? Even Canada didn't want to fund them. America refused to fund them.
I can't believe that I've never asked this question before. Like, I never asked where the kings and queens that get their money and how they're so rich. I never knew that it came from taxpayers' money.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is why, and then she had the nerve to turn around and say not just a member in the royal family were racist, that the whole of the UK was racist. Now that I find was pretty disgusting. especially when we don't tolerate that behaviour. I don't know what goes on down in London with different people, but up here, no, we don't work that way. We treat people on how they behave and not how they look. You know what I mean?
I'm glad that, yeah, because honestly, like, I guess I don't pay attention to them a lot. I mean, after when Princess Diana died, it was 1996. I was younger, but that's when I stopped really, I kind of just never paid attention to it. I kind of like an eye roll type thing. It's not our thing. So what do we care?
Yeah.
But, yeah, when they came here, I guess I just looked at it like I felt bad for them, kind of like it must take a lot to walk away from the royal family. A lot of hurt and pain.
She promised the Queen that she was wanting to do good work, charity work, all this crap. She was in about less than 6 months before she got the ring on her finger, and then she wanted to nick off and make money in America. They didn't even want to live in Canada. They got offered a place in South Africa to live. They didn't want to move there, so they went to Canada, and they were trying the hardest to get down into America. She's wanting to go into politics.
Oh.
And you can't do that when you're married to a royal.
I mean, they'll have to die, Princess Diana,
It's like what happened to Di is that's another story to go.
Yeah.
Let's get back to Salt Lake City.
So who is it? It's Diamond, Reality Diamond, that you're going on tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'll have to go there and subscribe. And then now you're going on to defend Lisa, right? Or
what?
Are you going on to defend Lisa? No, oh my God, I keep saying it wrong. Not defend Lisa.
I even said what?
Oh my God. I'm just like, guys, we are not Team Lisa Barlow. Sorry, I keep backwards. Oh. All right. Okay. There's people defending Lisa, right? Or something.
We have like a back and throw. Like they were doing it in the Potomac one on the Potomac Live, saying I'm a heavy gay fan. I says, no, I'm a Mary Cosby fan, but she's not on the show anymore. I says, but I'm certainly not a Lisa Barlow fan.
No, watching it again. Okay, is it bad for me to say like her looks or like
do you think she's fashionable?
No. All she needs is a Suboxone wrapper and like a pack of Marlboro Menthols, and she's like a Jersey.
She looks cheap. I got the best one on them when the last time Salt Lake was on. I goes, which housewife did you say was the fashionablest one? And they go, they said Lisa, and I goes, go back to her intro when she does a little like one sentence words at the start.
She's got it.
Why? I'm like, why is she wearing a gold dress with silver ankle boots?
She thinks that 80s chic is back, and it's not. It doesn't even. She adopted that style all of a sudden. You know that's not how she dresses. So she's always wanting. To me, it comes off as always trying to. Like, why did she pick that? I don't know. It's weird that she picked up that.
Why does her hands always look like she's just been up a cow's ass? She cannot tan properly. It's disgusting.
No, like I was watching the after show of all of them trying to agree with each other. Okay, so you have Angie and you have opposing sides doing the after show together because they filmed it way before. It's weird to have like all of them know that either the one's wrong, like they all know Heather was wrong. They all know that Jen's wrong. But you see Heather kissing Jen's ass, like we were saying. Like it is one of those situations where
it's a bit psychotic. It's a bit psychotic. In a way, I think Heather's trying to look like no offense, but she's trying to look like the nice person, like not being so horrible with her and staying on the fence. But you cannot stay on the fence with someone when they completely keep on stabbing you in the back.
I mean, yeah.
You've seen on the preview what she does to Heather the following week. That's not a friend.
Oh, so that was okay. I wasn't wondering. I knew it was a door in the face. You said.
I don't know who did the door in the face, but that doesn't look good. Whoever did it.
I don't. I mean, I hit myself in the head with the door at BravoCon, but that was my fault, and that was me holding it. That was me going like this, and I had to literally. I thought I was pulling a heavy door that was much lighter, and knocked myself in the head, and it looked nothing like that. So that somebody had to push that door into her face.
The thing what I find funny is at the start of the season, Lisa Barlow was in the doghouse. Rightly so, what she said about Meredith, rightly so, because it was bang out of order. And it seems to have been like twisted around to everyone getting it heavy because she can't recall what Whitney claims was said. And Angie turned around and says, I can't recall saying that. So what's going on with Whitney? And this desperation for Whitney to get in with Lisa, which she's tried doing for seasons. I think she's done that now because with Lisa being, with Heather being okay with Jen, she thinks that she's more safe on Jen's side, Jen's team. And now that Jen's leaving, see what Whitney's doing.
Like, Jen's leaving. But, like, Whitney also, I don't think Whitney's brain even processes that far ahead for her to be calculating. I think she is so dumb.
Like,
and
do you remember last season?
Hanging with the cool girls, what she's doing, I think.
Do you remember last season when she was in the car and she knew all about that law stuff?
Yes.
Regarding Jen. It wasn't regarding Jen, it was regarding what was going on with her husband's situation. That's how she knew all the stuff.
Well, I get that part. Like, if you're in the business, then you know how it works, and you know what you obviously probably figured out what she was doing wrong, right? I understand that, but her talking about it that in detail made her look like she was really, really smart, or like you said, she kind of...
She plays the dumb blonde, and she's not.
Now, do you think he was doing... You think Justin was... See, I don't think he was doing anything illegal.
There was something dodgy going on with that job.
I think that there's bad business practices.
Yeah.
Right? And Jen can't claim that because she was told not to do them bad business practices and did it anyway. I truly believe if she wasn't warned the first time, that they probably wouldn't have been able to convict her on a
Wait, the thing with Jen is you work in a company for someone, then you suddenly she's not stupid. She's worked out, I could be making this X amount of money if I go solo and take some of the workers with us because it's already set up. And that's what she did.
So did Mel.
And so she knew what she was doing. No one's that stupid. Especially her when she's on about marketing and strategy.
That's right. I couldn't imagine her claiming that she didn't know what she was doing and she didn't know it was wrong. Like, I understand. She couldn't even do that. She couldn't even admit to cop to that. The smartest thing would be to cop to a bad business practice, and it becomes a felony. You know you're caught. I wanted to believe wholeheartedly that she had a conscious decision, a conscious attack, and all of a sudden decided that, oh my God, I'm really, I can't do this to my husband anymore, my kids. I can't claim to be they did it because of the brown girl. I got to protect, And
she got
conscious, but
she got caught out.
Well, I mean, she went to the mock trial and she realized that, holy shit, this is going to be rough and I can't hack. It's one thing to have like deniability to your friends and blame them for everything, but to do it to the judge, the jury, the people underneath of you, the prosecutors, the ADA, you know what I mean? They're not all liars and they're not your friends and you can't call them all two-faced. Like, they didn't do this because of a personal attack. They didn't just pick her out of the hat.
Like I said, the thing is with Jen, comedy-wise, on the show, she's fantastic. Until she starts going into Jen mode season 1, where she starts bullying people and starts being a Raji, and you're just like, shut up, Tasmanian devil, calm yourself down.
Who is she? Now, she calls Angie her friend. This is why I'm not on her side either. Calls Angie her best friend.
The thing is that Angie K, they have never been friends.
How? When did they become best friends? I'm sorry.
They have never been friends. They know each other. They went to the same uni and everything like that.
Your best friend.
But they've always been arguing.
And why would she pay for the entire party and not say anything? I understand that she's going
to get on the show.
That's great. Wonderful. I would be sending her. I would have sent her. Now I'm definitely going to send her a bill.
And she give her that tacky necklace, which is not worth $5,000. It was disgusting.
What was it, a snake or something?
It was it was an eye, wasn't it? An eye on it.
Something. It was like.
Are we in the Illuminati now, Jen?
Right. That's right. That's right. It was that. You're right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, this is disgusting. I was like, who gives some? Oh, and the reason why she gave Jenny it for Angie, it's because she couldn't get it done with her nails. That was a reason why she gave her the necklace. Not because she hosted a party at her house, just because Jen couldn't get it done with her nails. I was like, oh my god, what a load of crap.
That was like when Mary gave Meredith. Who did she give? Oh, Mary gave Jenny a used gift or used something because she couldn't stand to stay in her house anymore or something.
Well, at least they were decent shoes.
I know, right? I know. At least I know. I'm a queen of I am a label where I don't like to actually see the label, so I love hand-me-downs.
You're exactly like me. You do not show your labels if you buy in labels. That is just trashy. And it's chav like. We call them chavs in this country if you're going around looking like a label whore.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like
You're advertising for a company and it looks 2,000 trash.
Like Bolo, like Dorit is a walking billboard. It looks ugh.
It's tacky.
Oh God. And yeah. And I like when I saw Bolo, remember Bolo?
But you know that was not Chanel. That was
right.
crap.
Janelle or NL.
That like Bolo, just take the crap off. You look better without it on.
That's another thing. The Sprinter van. How come we saw asses up in the air? They had taped windows. Production was going. Not a camera in sight. And we still had to see asses in the air at the whole Bolo thing. How is it that there's a Sprinter van at a I don't know, wherever it was, at the thing in Aspen, but you tell me there's no cameras in that Sprinter van and we get nothing? There wasn't a cell phone. I got nothing. We get nothing. Exactly. But we had to see asses in the air on Potomac or Atlanta. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because people were that shady that they were still figuring out a way. That production was figuring out a way to get and see things. So I'm sorry. I agree to protect Kathy, y'all. I agree to protect Kathy about right over Rinna, but don't bullshit us and tell us that there was no way that you could have got cameras in those permits. Come on, man.
Right. The other part is with Salt Lake as well. This room situation. By the sounds of it, was it Angie K or was it Jen organising this trip? Because it sounds like Angie's the one who got the room sorted out, so she picked hers as the best one.
Well, she's her best friend. She's doing her a favor.
And then, what's with this crack as well with these women throwing drinks on each other?
That was so disgusting. I'm sorry, Jen. You didn't do that as a joke. Heather, it's not funny.
It was bullying.
We were pouring drinks at each other in Mexico. That Meredith makes me mad because she's logical. How dare you act like that's okay? Because you were in Mexico pouring drinks and having a good time. That's not the way it was done. It was done to be a bully and a bitch. It wasn't like, ha, 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 pouring drinks on each other. And I did it to myself. You only did it to yourself to prove a point. And who cares? You have curly hair. You can get away with not blowing your hair out. Jen looks more beautiful with her natural curly hair, you know?
The thing is, it's bullying tactics because she's trying to be Queen Bee. Well, and the one who's the slyest one out the whole lot of them, and it's supposed to be Angie K's friend, Lisa Barlow, sat there and said nothing.
Because she's also one of those people that, like, she's trying to, like...
She's a fake friend. She's one of those friends where it's like a scene friend. If you're looking popular and on the scene, she's not a real friend. It's what you call an acquaintance.
Yep.
If the scene's looking good, you'll see her there, and she'll be tagging with you. But when the shit happens, you won't see her for dust.
Like, look what she did to Meredith. And I hate when people say Meredith forgave Jen Shah way quicker than she forgave Lisa. Her and Lisa were best friends. Her and Jen Shah were not. Jen Shah had, Jen Shah is Jen Shah, right? They weren't as close as Lisa and Meredith. So you cannot say that she has to forgive Lisa because she forgave Jen Shah for what Jen Shah said about her family. We know why Jen Shah did what she did. She's an asshole, okay? And Meredith knows that. And they worked through it. But Lisa feels like she should be forgiven. That's your best friend. And the shit you said was nothing. But the way you said it and the hate that you showed, that's why she's not forgiving her. And then she doubled down on it afterwards, Lisa. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because they didn't forgive her the way they wanted Seth and Meredith to forgive her the right way. Like, I was all team Meredith until she just literally, I can see her rolling. I could see that she doesn't like what was going on, but for some reason she's siding with Jen and Heather in the after show. And I know that Meredith doesn't think that was right. You know what I mean? Like, but
The thing what I find funny is with the Jen Shaw situation, and like this might be unpopular opinion, but I feel even before the show, her and Coach were on the outs. And I think they were both having affairs behind each other's backs. I think they were just waiting for the kids to grow up just to move on. That's what I honestly feel. I feel
What
like
Lisa
that's
and
what it
Meredith?
was. Hmm?
What Lisa and Meredith?
No, I'm on about Jen and Coach Shaw.
Oh yeah. Oh, I now that I hear that they're not even like that. Well, they were. He was going to go file for divorce 6 months prior. She even admitted to that. We
Well,
heard
there
that.
you go. There you go.
And now they're not living together. I also want to speak to I'd like to speak to the Lyft driver or the Uber driver that dropped her off. That had almost had asked Jen had asked this Uber driver to lie to Coach Shah for her. I want to speak to him because now it all would make sense to us that he would. I could see him supporting her. Now, showing up as a good husband, knowing that.
Because he's on film and on camera and he don't want to lose his job looking like a bad man.
Well, she's going away, so it's
Because
like he's gonna get rid of her.
occupations are always up in the air when it hits reality TV. It's
Yeah.
crazy instead of taking it out. You know what I mean?
It's insane to me when you're committing a crime with a family at home and a husband that doesn't know about it, and you're on Bravo. Listen, if the state didn't catch her, we would have questioned it. We question everything.
Hi, make it make
What they're
sense.
doing to the Gorgas, not me in general. They're trying to like dredge up old crap for the last 10 years just to get something on them. So believe me, we would have found out. We would have found out if Terry. What am I saying Terry for? Look at me. We would have found out if Coach Shah was as crooked as AF as his wife. Because his job, he had a career. Yes, dear.
Krista, this is make sense. He's the one who's going to be interviewing Tata.
I know who he is. I know who he is.
I just hope that Tata
Love
doesn't get. I don't want Tata to say that what she does to Jacqueline online because it's guttering to watch your sister be that upset. It's horrible.
So Mr. Make It Make Sense, everybody, follow him. I tell you this every time he pops up because he always comes and supports. Follow him on all his socials. So he is interviewing Jacqueline.
No, Jacqueline's sister Tata.
Jacqueline's sister. Okay, cool. That's awesome. I know. That's good.
Tata's cool.
I just started going back and looking at like I watch his videos and stuff, but like he sees the stuff that I see that sometimes I'm afraid to even say. Because I thought the same thing about what Mia was doing to her mom. I thought, oh God, maybe I'm just oversensitive about this stuff. Maybe
I said it ages ago. I said it even last season. Can she stop going at her mother because she's going to end up putting her mother back into that situation, and her mother's free from that situation. Why doesn't she talk about her own situation so people can see her personality instead of putting it onto others who have the issues? Because Mia's good at that, at deflecting. She never takes responsibility for her own actions. It's everyone else's fault.
Yeah.
And she pushes onto other people being petty. That's how Mia rolls.
I hope I hope he asks the question. I know that it's not all about Mia, or I want to know what happened with Gordon and his family and the business. Like it blows my mind that they completely cut his entire family and him out. You know what I mean? Something bad had to have happened for them to do that, to completely shut him out and his wife and his kids. You know what I'm saying? Like what? If he's not 51% owner in the publicly, or if it's a publicly traded company or wherever that is, I feel like if you go public, I don't even know kind of half of what that really means, but like if you are part of the company, and then there's a chance that like a group of people, the board can get together and then push you out. I don't know why anybody would ever go public unless there's money to. I don't know. I shouldn't even be talking about this because I don't know what I'm talking about. But to me, it's kind of scary to know that, like, now, unless he's done something completely effed up. According to them, they didn't do anything wrong.
Something must have failed.
How do they sit there and tell us they didn't do anything wrong? Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
They might not want him in because of what Mia's doing on the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it might ruin the business.
I don't agree with that either. Also, I don't like the fact that Whitney says, "Oh, because your wife's successful, that's why you're getting pushed out." That's not why. Maybe maybe because they're all Mormon.
That's on Salt Lake. Yeah, I'm talking about Mia before.
Right, but I'm saying like if there's obvious reason. I mean, it was wrong for them to if that was the reason. Whitney was wrong about that, but like There's no reason.
There's
There's
no
no way
way.
we're going
There
to
was
believe they
no
did.
way. No way in hell he lost his job because Whitney was pole dancing on TV.
Right. Exactly.
What a load of crap. He's done something dodgy in that workplace,
See,
and they've had to get rid of him for legal reasons to cover their own backs.
but don't you think we would know by now? We would have heard, or we would have.
I
Maybe not
don't
yet.
know, because you're not hearing everything about Jen Shaw's case yet. And we still don't know what's happening with Erica, because it's still ongoing, and that's been years now. And
No.
she thinks that she's winning, but she's not.
They can't prove it in court. You know why? Listen, it's not what you know; it's what you can prove in court. And they can't prove that she knew her. They can do a lot of things with Erica, and it sucks. But they did. It's what you have to. You have to prove it in court. Unfortunately.
Well, we all know she's the Roxy Hart of LA.
Oh yeah, I can say that, and I call her Mae West. She's a really older, a much
She's
older.
horrible. But getting back to Salt Lake,
Yeah.
throwing a drink on someone's head like that, it's becoming like a current thing this season with the housewives. You've had first with Wendy doing it, which is bang out of order,
Right.
and then you've had now it's Angie K being. I mean, that was evil. I mean,
It was bad.
that was just like. Do you know? I'll give you an example. The Mia situation with Wendy, it seemed hated. That was totally hated. The way Jen did that with Angie K, it was just so cold and calculated, and it was just like sitting around Mean Girls
And smiled in her
at
face.
school and being treated like crap in front of people. It was degrading. And
Yeah.
And she stood there with a smirk on her face. She was loving what she was doing.
She smiled about it and tried to make her feel. She tried to gaslight her about it. Oh, you can't take a joke, and you can't have
everyone
fun.
was just there, like gobsmacked, like just shocked that she did it. But like I said, Lisa Barlow, I call her Lisa Barlow. If that was Angie K was my friend, like she said she was a friend, she should have gotten up and said that is not cool. Straight away then. Not later on thinking, oh, do I look good on camera saying that?
Well,
I'm sorry, but she's a worm. She is a worm.
Yep. And the reason they do that is because they actually want to physically harm them, and that's the next best thing. And I truly believe that, because I believe that Jen probably wanted to push her, or Jen gets really she's like almost like a Jersey person. She has a temper almost where like God forbid, like look at she basically Lisa told her she was wrong about the Angie shit, and now she's completely screwed Lisa. You know what I mean? She's like, screw you, Lisa. You know, it's
an ego thing. That's what it is. She's got a massive ego, and she doesn't know when to listen to herself and know when to shut up.
Like her humility did not last long at like Shah. It did not. I was like, oh, she's a little bit of humility, a little bit goes a long way, a little late, but
it's just like it's like I said the week before. I felt like that. I felt like that palm tree deflated. That's how bad it was. The way she was going on. The other thing as well. Why are they obsessed in these bedrooms all the time? They're going to get to a bathroom at some point. Does it really matter? They're there for sleeping. They're not there sitting in the bedroom all day. They're out doing stuff. And you know what I mean? What is the big deal?
That too, like, why do you need to have, where are you going to, I'm sorry, you have to run it's something to have 9 bedrooms and actually have 9 bathrooms too. I'm sorry, I know it's something, but like, why are we, I don't know, maybe it's me, but like, I don't really, again, if I'm going to go to a house that's that nice, the last thing I'm complaining about is not having my own bathroom. I'm sorry. It's just.
Exactly.
I'll even sleep in a bathtub. I've slept in plenty of bathtubs at the shore. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, get a cover and just sleep on the sofa.
Again, I find it really rude to go get your own room over it too. I find that completely ignorant. But
it's crazy. It's just like this. This is what I'm saying. It's like this ego and this entitlement. It's just like you're getting a free house, you're partying. Does it really matter where you're sleeping? You can be sleeping on the chandelier.
I had no idea Bravo paid for everything. I thought the women paid for the trips. I didn't know
Bravo pays for them.
I was
that's why it was hilarious when May was going on as though it was a quiz.
Wait a minute, bitch, we didn't pay for nothing. This is not your trip. Sorry, it's not your trip. But I guess they have to call it their trip.
And the other thing what I want to call out as well, Jen Shaw, yes, she may be going away for a long time. But them all feeling sorry for her is not an excuse for her bad behaviour and for her to get the best room every single time just because she's going to be living in small four walls. She's going to prison for a reason because
Yep.
she has done wrong.
Yep. And her last but it's her last Christmas with her kid. No, you got postponed for what reason? I still want to know. Secondly, you had a last Christmas. You had a last Mother's Day. You had a last everything last year. Okay, you should have been prepared to spend your last things with your family. Postponing it's not making it go away, Shah. And it wasn't the courts. It was her that asked for it. I know that now. But like
the Tasmanian devil gets no sympathy from me. When you do that to old people over how many years? You know exactly what you've been doing.
15.
You're just like, get out of here. But like I say, as for Whitney in the confessionals, so snake-like. I see you, Whitney. I see you from a mile. You are not dumb. You play the dumb card.
It's snake-like, but she's also very stupid. To sit there and say, "I see right through her now," that just tells me that you were that dumb for 2-3 years, or however long you've been friends with Heather. That you're now just seeing the true Heather.
You really believe that she is just seeing through her right now?
No,
Whitney is a climber. And she's jumping from goalpost to goalpost because she has tried for the past 3 seasons to get in Lisa's good boots. Now, Lisa is just using her as a pawn. Lisa is not her friend.
Exactly. I know something about to say. Like, Lisa's nobody's friend. Like, if she could do that to Meredith, what do you think she's going to do to you all?
I mean, look at the friendship with her and Angie had, and they fell out. 20-year friendship. You know what I mean?
I know. This is where I go into okay, I have to remember that production has a little bit to do with some of this stuff, but I also I can't.
I do think it's crap. Possibly not popular opinion, but Angie H should have been on that trip. She's the one that's been bringing it to the show.
And don't mind being the unpopular opinion. I don't know if you knew this, but that's what my channel was called. That was the middle name. I had 3 names. That was the second name. It was the unpopular opinion for that reason.
Like she isn't like, this is what I'm up against. Like when I'm on the panel, they won't see it because the Lisa Barlow fans. But the thing is, if it wasn't for Angie being there, what line would Lisa have had?
Yeah,
what would have Jen been doing?
We've been hearing about Angie H for like 2 seasons now.
I mean, Jesus Christ, give her a freaking snowflake. She's bringing on drama.
I know.
I mean, Angie H's drama I can deal with. Rinna is a totally different thing.
We're not going to have a show when the criminals aren't there. We're not going to have a show. Yes, we will, because we had 15 years of all the other franchises with the cotton candy stuff that we loved. It's only been 2 years. I've been calling this the rock bottom of reality television, is when you had the criminals on there defending themselves.
Yeah.
And, my next live's in 5 minutes, guys. I understand. I say thank you. And Aaron, thank God you reminded me, because I kept thinking it was at 6:45, not 6:15. So, yeah. But that one's about the same stuff anyway. I'm just going into reality TV, reality blurb about Mauricio and Heather on Watch What Happens Live. I'm going to talk about Teresa and some stuff that she said in an interview and all that. So we can continue the conversation. I'm going to go on do Breaking the Fourth Wall at 6:15, and I'm just talking about more of it. So.
So are you nearly finished here?
Yeah, we're finished here, but we can completely, literally go right back into the conversation if you want to call back and, 15 minutes.
It's just that it's late here now. It's like getting.
What time is it there? I'm sorry.
Yes. That's all I need to say, really. There's loads to talk about, but that's the main gist of it up to now. There's that much to get into and to take out. But I say how the chess game's playing.
I want to get caught up on Reality Diamond so I can go on there for you and I'll be in the chat going, I'll be because I feel the same way. I feel like I come up with logical points about the Gorgas and people just don't hear it or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
or I need people to break it down, and I still don't see it. So,
right. Yeah. So I'll pop up here now.
Yes.
Thank you, and just keep going.
I'm gonna guess what time is it there? 9 in the morning, 8 in the morning now.
It's 10. It's 10 past 11 at night.
Oh, okay. That's late for me anyway too. That would be late for me.
Right. So okay, I'm popping out. All right, bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna pop off, pop back on. I will be right back. Like, subscribe, comment. I don't see many people here right now, but hopefully you'll be on the next one. Aaron, Shay, love you. You guys always show up. Terry. So yes, I will be right back, guys. Love you. Oh, TikTok and Reddit and all that, guys. I will post this after the I can't do it right away, so I will post this after that. Not that it matters.